be seated. Welcome, everybody, to the 2024 Spring Athletic Assembly. This is the final assembly and closes the chapter on the 2023-2024 sports season. We've had a lot of success on the sports fields, in the gyms, and in the arena. A sincere, and I mean sincere, congratulations to you all on your successful seasons. Tonight, we are here to listen to your coaches about your very successful spring programs. And as I mentioned in assembly, our 4 rugby teams won their leagues and playoffs. Our boys lacrosse team won the RSEQ playoffs, and both our girls and boys lacrosse teams made history by beating several established U.S. prep school programs. Our tennis and golf teams both took home the ETAC League banner. Badminton won several golds and silvers at their ETAC meets at Galt, and the track and field team took home several first, second, and third places at the SSIA and RSEQ meets this spring. Literally, every single team brought home hardware, as you can see behind me tonight. As I've said before, we're small in numbers. As I said before, we're small in numbers but big in might. It's an incredible way to end the 2023-24 season. Seriously, kids, congratulations. You really made your school proud. As we have so much to celebrate, I'll get right to the important thank yous. So on behalf of all of us in this room, I'd like to give a big thank you to several special people. This group works behind the scenes to ensure you all have an amazing athletic experience. Excuse me. Thank you to Ms. Sonia Perron, Mr. Maxime Boulet, Mrs. Holly Moore in the Health Center, and to our athletic therapist, Mr. Christophe Rob Lavoie. Thank you to Ms. Valerie Boivin for running the recreational section of our badminton program. And thank you to Mr. Chan for taking on the softball group and running a very fun spring program. And finally, thank you to Ms. Smith and to Mr. Wells for taking those kids out on awesome hikes up the Pinnacle and the Outdoor Pursuits program. Thank you to the maintenance department, the ladies in the laundry, the team at the arena and drivers, and our kitchen staff who all work tirelessly to make sure we have everything we need. Your program simply wouldn't run without these very dedicated group of people. Thank you to Daniel Boisvert in the athletics store for all his work in making sure you all had what you needed for practices and games. And finally, a huge thank you to your spring coaches. Every good program starts with a good leader, and I think it's safe to say all of you were led by very talented, engaging, and committed coaches. So a big round of applause for all those people I mentioned. They made this spring so successful. Now, before I get to the all-campus champion presentation, I want to give one final thank you. Mrs. Wolf is in her final year with the athletics program. She's been an integral part of the planning over the last 7 years. What started as a supporting role to Mr. Van Dyke turned into more than probably even Mrs. Wolf was looking for. However, as the school grew, the RCQ registrations increased and the meetings seemed to double and triple in volume. Mrs. Wolf navigated it all with ease. I want to say a sincere thank you to you, Amy, for your competence in navigating the red tape of age categories and so much more. Stansted College is a respected name in the local RSEQ leagues and across many fields and gyms, and that's largely because of you. This is a small token of my appreciation that I know Eric shares as well for your years helping us run the athletic programs. Thank you so much. Okay, now, what you've all been waiting for. In the spring and winter events, we had West with a pretty convincing lead. So I'm gonna bring down the trophy and go from fourth to first and see if anybody caught them. In fourth place, North. In third place, South. I predicted that East would catch West. I don't know if you remember that. I did say that right here just a little while ago. Your 2023-24 51st edition all-campus champions, West. Come up and get your trophy. Congratulations, Team West. Now our first program to be recognized, Junior Girls Rugby, Miss Schaffer.
Good evening. 2 seconds. Is this better? Is that better? No, I don't know. Okay. Okay, so junior girls. This season, we were fortunate to have 26 junior rugby players, there we go, 2 full rosters, affectionately known as Stansted Red and Stansted White. Our learning curve was steep, and the newer players quickly gained experience and learned the rules of the game. We practiced with intensity every day. Every player had someone who pushed them, someone to compete with, and someone to look up to. And if the players needed more inspiration, all they had to do was look down the field at the senior girls' practice to confirm that they were a valued member of a big rugby community and part of something so unique that it is hard to even put into words. High school rugby is an intense season, but during the past few months, we competed in 6 jamborees and played 30 games between our 2 teams. We finished as ETAC League champions and headed to playoffs sitting in 1st and 3rd place, where both teams proceeded to win their semifinals in matches that brought tears, goosebumps, smiles, and a major sense of accomplishment. Playoff day was our day. This season, my players often asked, "Miss, what will happen if both teams win our games and we face each other in the final?" I got asked that over and over again. My answer, if you win your semifinals, our work is done. Just have fun. In the end, it's the program that wins, and that includes all 26 of you. You were all part of the win, and we needed every one of you to make it happen. The gold was in the experience, not in the medal. A phrase often repeated in our end of practice huddles went something like this: think about rugby before you go to sleep tonight. Visualize making a beautiful pass or a hard tackle. And this will be just as effective as today's practice and will help you on the field tomorrow. Every one of you learned so much about rugby in a short amount of time, and I hope you will continue to dream rugby and be part of this amazing community in the years to come. There will always be a place for you on a rugby team wherever you are in this world. Thank you to my rugby people, our co-coach Maya, who helped teach the technical side of the game to the players in the early weeks of the season. She is your biggest fan. Also, thank you to the senior and junior rugby coaches for their support and friendship and for sharing the passion. Junior girls, our daily practice was the highlight of my every day. So thank you so much for making this year end in such a positive way with the best vibes and extraordinary results. So now on to the awards. I will announce the Junior S winners and the Good Sport Award. Please hold your applause until all the winners have been announced. Is that right? Am I supposed to say that? Okay, so first up, Miranda Angel Garcia. Miranda knows what rugby culture is all about. She takes care of the little things. And like the New Zealand All Blacks, she understands the importance of sweeping the sheds. She has a fight in her that is 3 times her size, and she can always be counted on to bring intensity to every practice and game. Clara Buck-Thompson. She comes across as a calm, cool, and collected leader, but she is feared by the opposition. She makes hard, technically sound tackles and powerful athletic runs to put points on the board. Clara is consistent and reliable, and she was a pillar for our team this season. Julia Lee. Behind the sweet smile is a player who has fallen in love with the sport of rugby and who sets the bar high for herself each day. Julia always wants to improve. She made many game-saving tackles this season, where I literally witnessed fans on the sidelines closing their eyes and gasping. And she scored tries like nobody's business. After missing last year's playoffs, she was determined to make it happen this year, and she accomplished what she set out to do. She has an exciting rugby road ahead of her. Jaden Bingham. Jaden is in the first year of playing rugby at the school, and she is a natural on the pitch. She became the queen of picking the ball and then running the length of the field to score a try, doing this on multiple occasions at key points in the game. A player with a positive mindset, a quick learner, and a fierce competitor, Jaden helped lead her team to victory this season. So those are the junior S's. And now the Good Sport Award. This player was somewhat reluctant to join the team this spring, but I think she knows how much she got out of the experience. We needed Zoe this season more than ever, and she proved to all of us that you will survive doing things that make you feel scared. When our kicker from the Stansted White roster was injured, Zoe pushed herself through nerves and doubts, and she took on this role. She ended up contributing significantly to her team's success, and she was relied on to get points on the board. Her optimism and resilience grew this season, and her growth on the field and from within was inspirational. Congratulations. Please come forward. I have 4 of those.
No, Jaden.
Yeah.
The other 3 get these because they've already gotten one.
Okay.
And this is Zoe.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Next program to speak, Junior Boys Rugby, Monsieur G.
The junior boys had an awesome season, and more importantly, they were a great team. We won the league banner for best team in the league, and we won our championship at the end. Those 2 things are nice because they kind of confirm that you had consistency, you didn't just get lucky. Right? So a great team. What is a great team? I was in the car yesterday with JP, Juan Patricio, and we're riding back from the All-Star game, and he says to me, just as I'm dropping him off, he says, "Sir, I think this year's team had chemistry." And I said, "It's funny that you say that, because that's what my speech is about." What is team chemistry? What is that thing that coaches talk about, having team chemistry? Try to put it into words. Think about it for a second. Docky teaches AP chemistry, and I don't think he can do it. Think about that. What is team chemistry? Coaches talk about it. We describe things like this. It's the thing that makes the team achieve greater things than it should be capable of. Okay? It's the total of the team is greater than the sum of its parts. Okay? It still doesn't really tell us what it is. Right? I'm pretty sure it has nothing to do with math. Team chemistry is like what I compare to fairy dust, pixie dust. It's like magic. You don't really know what it is. You know when you've got it, and you know when you don't have it. Every team has kind of experienced this. You're lucky to hang on to it because it's really hard to get, and sometimes it's gone. And you're lucky to have it. I've coached seasons where I never had it. I've never had a season where I had it the whole season long. You're lucky to just hang on to it. We hung on to it for a long time. This team hung on to it for a long time. We headed into our semifinal, and we were covered in it. We were like swimming in this pixie dust. We were covered in gold. We couldn't be touched in that semifinal. It was the best game we played the whole season long. And people who saw it, the senior boys on the sidelines, were like, oh my God, these guys are good. Look at them play. Look at how good they are. That behind the back pass by Alejandro, like it was just nuts. We just were untouchable. And even when we had 7 starters sitting on the bench, the other team couldn't touch us, they couldn't score. Then we head into the final, not so good. We made some big mistakes. The other team scored first, and you know how hard it is to come back from behind. In a 14-minute game, they scored first, and we came back from behind, and we were leading 3-2 with 3 minutes left, and we played defense for the rest of the game. And in rugby, that's really hard. You can make about 10 hits, 10 tackles a minute. We had to make about 30 hits, 30 tackles to stop them from scoring, all the way back to our goal line, and we finished the season with a beautiful goal line stand. They had a penalty, they tap it, they give it to their biggest guy, basically a tank, and his job is to run it in and smash into us and score, and he didn't. We stopped them as a team, and I couldn't think of a better way to cap off a season. You guys were heroes out there. You were warriors, as Mr. Marino said at Assembly. Team chemistry, the fairy dust. I still can't tell you what it is. But I can tell you a quick story about what creates it. And this only explains part of what it is. This happened, and it's one of my favorite moments of the season. We were at BCS. Mid-season, we're trying to win every game to win that banner you see up there. Junior boys don't win a lot of stuff, right? So winning a banner and a cup is a big deal. So we're trying to win this, and we're mid-season, when the games start to okay, maybe we're not gonna put our whole heart into it. So this matters a lot. We're trying to win, and Jacob Bayas, one of our starters, hurts his leg. And he says, sir, I don't know if I can play. I'm like, okay, you got 5 minutes, kid. And then he comes back up to me and he says, sir, I don't know, it's your call, but you know what? If you decide not to play me, it's fine. Pablo's got it. And just like that, the moment's over. I don't know if you can see it, but there's fairy dust in the air. I don't know if you can see it. What was Jake really saying? The team matters more than me. It wasn't about his minutes. It wasn't about his playing time. It wasn't about him being a hero. It was, sir, I might not be at my best, and the team matters more than me, and we need this. That's one thing that happened. The second thing that happened is 100% trust in Pablo. That is awesome. Next man up. I don't know how many guys on our team overheard that conversation. Maybe a few, maybe the whole team heard it, but the fairy dust was in the air. That's part of it. I can't explain all of it, but that's definitely part of it. And if you're lucky enough to be on a team that has that, hang on to it. Try to be the teammate. If you can learn anything from this, try to be the teammate that creates that, and then hang on to it. It is absolutely awesome. So for that, Jake, and lots of moments like that throughout the season, you win the Sportsmanship Award. And the 2 junior S's go to 2 solid leaders. We couldn't have asked for 3 better leaders on our team, our 3 team captains. Josuke and JP were so good this year. They were so tough, so mentally strong. They took the ceiling of the team and raised the roof. And what does that mean? It creates a vacuum, and everybody else fills it. Everybody else rises to fill that, and everybody gets better. So you 3 guys deserve the awards tonight. Come on up. With me?
No, Jacob can keep it.
He
Yeah.
keeps it.
Yeah.
All right, the next program to speak is the first of the night that can award an MVP trophy as well. Oh, I'm jumping on my list. Sorry. The next program to speak is the first of the night can award a Major S award. And as in the first 2 assemblies, if an athlete wins a Major S award, the athlete is honored with a standing ovation from everyone. So with that, up next, track and field, Monsieur Prevost.
Hi, everyone. Dear members of track and field, first of all, I would like to thank all the people who were involved in making our season successful. The coaches, Mr. Ross and Mrs. Smith, as well as Mrs. Wolf and Mr. Spirk, who helped organizing the schedule and many other things. This year, 10 boys and 6 girls were involved on our team. Some of them came with a solid athletic background, while others were training seriously for the first time of their life. Overall, we had a fantastic group of people who showed up every day with a great deal of motivation in order to give their best and grow as athletes. Garrett Dodge, the youngest athlete on the team and only Bantam, we will remember your determination, especially as you did not hesitate to compete against older people without any complaint. Holden Smith and Sena Shirakabi, you both showed that you have a strong potential, being competitive in all the events we were involved in. Noah Roy. Noah is a strong young man who showed great potential in javelin and shot put this season, and we hope he will continue his progression next year. Jackson Bell and Ryan Dewey. They both trained seriously and were both competitive in 100 meter and long jump. Good job, guys. Also in 100 meter, I would like to mention David Deschâtelet, who joined the team for one event. Jordan Ilunga was very appreciated on the team, not only as a great athlete, but also as an amazing storyteller during practices. Jad Wilson, not only you are a fierce kart pilot on the weekends, you also demonstrated the same grit when doing sprints on the track. Fatima Moreno, Loretta Artega, and Hannah Obermeyer, who was a late addition on the team, you were all involved in short distance run, and I commend you for the progress you made since the beginning. Once again, Maxime Tremblay had an awesome season, finishing first in shot put in all the meetings she participated to, and in the top 5 in the 400 meters. During all campus, she was the fastest girl in the 400 meter run. Florence Blanchette, a very disciplined athlete who also competed hard in shot put and 400 meters, and she was the fastest girl at all campus for the 100 meters. Luc Delabrière is a veteran on our team, and his determination, effort, and desire to be helpful in any possible ways were greatly appreciated as usual. Liam Summon and Walker Smith were our top long-distance runners, and they showed such impressive results that they were both selected for the provincials. Despite being a junior, Liam was also the fastest 400-meter runner of the school at all campus. So one winner is missing for all campus for the 100 meters. Unfortunately, it doesn't belong to track and field, but congratulations, Elijah. Sincerely, I would very much like to thank and commend you all. We had a great season together. You all seemed to enjoy the time spent together. You were competitive in your own way and respectful with others. During the spring, it's been a sincere pleasure to show up on the track, watch you give your best effort, and have fun together regardless of the weather conditions. It's now time to give the awards to the deserving athletes. This year, we have a Junior S for Liam Summon and Senior S for Walker Smith. The Sportsmanship Award goes to Florence Blanchette. Okay, you can come and get the picture, please. Liam, Walker, and Maxime, and Florence.
That is Liam.
Yep.
That's Walker.
Okay.
Florence gets this. Over that way, guys. Florence, that way.
Major S, without any doubt, Maxime Tremblay.
Our next program to speak is Golf, Mrs. Smith.
Hi, everyone. So in the words of the late, great golfer Bobby Jones, golf is the closest game to the game we call life. You get bad breaks from good shots and good breaks from bad shots, but no matter what, you play the ball as it lies. So when golfing, this means that if your ball's in a hazard, you deal with it. Well, in life, it means that you must stay flexible and adaptable and consider the context of something while making a decision, all while trusting your intuition. And then you have to decide if you can draw the ball around that big old pine tree. Firstly, a huge thank you to Mr. Spirk for all that he does. I don't think some of you realize the hours and organization that goes into making this all work. Thank you to the transportation team, Ms. Cabana and the kitchen staff, and Mr. Sylvain Leblanc, a past parent and a local pro who worked with the team again this year. Thank you to Sonia. Usually we don't have to thank her from the golf program, but Nathan took care of that this year. Finally, thank you to Mrs. Wolf for her help with logistics, with RSEQ tournaments, and lastly for filling in when my mom passed away. So we played in both RSEQ and ETAC leagues this season, and both saw the tournaments canceled, rescheduled, moved to different courses, but in the end, we met with a lot of success in both leagues. In RSEQ play, we had excellent showings by golfers in almost all categories right through the finals, where we finished with 6 of 15 possible medals. And in ETAC play, we reclaimed our league title after 9 years with a fabulous showing in all 4 tournaments. A Spartan golfer was medalist in all 4 of the events, and in team competition, we had an untouchable lead right after the first tournament. So we were made up of an interesting cast of characters this year. We had the 3 Musketeers, Ben, and Blake, all somewhat goofy, all very excitable, and all very good young golfers who show a lot of promise as the future of Sandstead golf. Then we had the 3 newfies. See, I told you I'd mention you, Liam. We had Liam, Nathan, and Sheppy, who've all been excited about this season since about the 3rd day of the school when they found out I was the coach. Look at this video, miss. Look at this video. This is my swing. What do you think? Can I make the team? We'll see. These are the same kids who have all quit golf at least once, max maybe 5 times. But again, they all have potential to be really good golfers. We have the serious ones, the focused kids, Maddie, Josh, Ricky. They're all quiet, they're focused, they're hardworking, and they're all really improved. Then the rest of the crew, Will LaPlante, Kyle, Zach, Jack, Emma, Hubert, Towner, and Mateo. This group was the backbone of the ETAC team. They're serious golfers, they've got solid golf backgrounds, they have a true love of the game, and they all have incredible potential. You've all pushed each other to be better this year. You've celebrated each other's victories, supported each other through every challenge. You've all learned tenacity, mental toughness, and how to deal with a bad shot or a bad round. Congratulations to you all. I hope that you continue to play golf for many years to come. So first, I am going to recognize 3 athletes, and I'd ask that they all come up together to receive their awards, and please hold your applause until the end. First is a sportsmanship trophy. With the crew that we had this year, this could have gone to any one of them. However, this young man stood out as a leader on the team. He shows initiative, he's always picking up the lunches, loading or unloading the bus. He's a considerate, thoughtful, positive Spartan who leads by example. This man is always looking to improve his game as well as that of others. Congratulations to Zachary Michaud. I then have 1 Bantam S. This young golfer has been a part of the local summer program for 4 years now. As a returning golfer, he knew what to expect and he was prepared for the season. Early matches reinforced his discipline and patience, thus his Bantam S is well-deserved as he finished 3rd in RCQ overall. Congratulations to Benjamin Ryu. And I have 1 Senior S. This student has been awarded a Senior S for their hard work, focus, determination, and gift for the game. A walk-on to the team, kind of wondering where she was last year. In her first tournaments, she was a leader, and was often low scorer of the day. She beat the boys. Don't say it's because she hit from different tees, because she'll outdrive anyone on the team. She contributed to ETAC wins and was 1st place overall in senior girls in RCQ. Congratulations to Emma McIntyre. Would you all come up and get your awards, please? Okay. Okay, first major S goes to a young man whose golf history goes back to when he joined the junior program at Dufferin in 2015. Well, this season didn't start well for him. He worked hard and he finished the season with excellent showings on his last 2 ETAC events. He won the first in a 3-hole sudden death playoff and won the final round by shooting the lowest 18-hole score of any of the golfers all season long. He's developed a real passion for the game. He's a consummate teammate, and he's one of the hardest working kids I've ever had the pleasure of coaching. Please join me in congratulating William Towner. Okay, one last award. For 3 years, this young man has been a leader on the golf team. He's one of the most gifted and knowledgeable golfers I've ever coached. He's been recognized by other coaches as having one of the best swings they've ever seen. True to golf, this year wasn't his best. That's just the way it goes. He had new clubs. It took him longer than anticipated to get used to them, but he continues to work at it every single day. Not only does he work at his game, though, he helps his teammates, he helps his friends. He is a leader in competitions. He's always a positive and honest golfer. Like if there was a most honest golfer award, he would get it. In addition to finishing second in RSEQ and winning 2 ETIAC tournaments, he has the lowest team average, which means he's also the winner of the Alex Phillip Golf Shield. Mr. Phillip was a longtime teacher, coach, and athletic director, and friend of Stansted College. He was and is a competitor, but a true gentleman at all times. Mateo models this as well, as he is a true competitor and a gentleman both on and off the course. Congratulations, Mateo. Thank you.
Mateo is also the fastest senior boy. That's pretty cool too. My man. Next to speak for tennis, Mr. SBK.
All right, good evening. Pistachio. It still tastes like pistachio. All right. Yeah. All right, good evening, everyone. Before we dive into the heart of the celebration of the awards, let's just take a moment to appreciate the journey we've all been on this year. We faced challenges, celebrated victories, and learned that a tennis ball can indeed disappear into thin air. We went through over 200 balls this season, and somehow the basket was always empty. At least the campus dogs will have something to play with this summer. When I sat down to write this speech, I came across a quote that really kind of embodies our entire season. It's a quote by the great Arthur Ashe that I feel really encompasses everything that we did. It goes, "Start where you are, use what you have, do what you can." With only 3 out of the 20 players of this year's team being returning students, we started, well, actually, I had no idea where we started. It was going to be a very, very difficult, challenging year. At least that's what I expected. Jackie, Sarah, Alice, our veteran players, all did a fantastic job during the playoffs, each winning gold medals, but they were not the only players to bring home medal that day. Louis and Saya, both gold medal winners for the boys' doubles, and they had an incredible season overall. Gabby and Charlie and Julianne all brought home silver medals from the playoffs. With every player doing their best, you all contributed to winning the banner. Now, of course, the season wasn't all about that final few sets, right? It was about teamwork, self-improvement, and fun. It was about Eman's crazy over-under serve. That's for you, Sarah. It was about Saya and how he could put so much spin on the ball that when it would hit the floor, it would just drop dead. It was about how Louis could make anybody play the game that he wanted to play. It was about Axel learning tennis etiquette. It was about Keisha's contagious energy. It was Victor's drastic improvement from the beginning to the end of the season. How Eman and David spent the whole season trying to fend off the German guy from BCS. It was Paulina showing up to practice on time more often than she did to my stats classes. And Jackie thinking more about the McDouble than mixed doubles. My point is, it was a collection of great moments that made this a season to remember. Now, as we wrap up this season, I want to express my deepest gratitude to Mr. Spirk and Mr. Weir for all the work they've done, to Ms. Hamilton, my co-coach, and Mr. David Morosi, our part-time pro. Of course, more than anyone, I want to thank my team for your hard work, your dedication, your sportsmanship. Whether you're continuing with tennis or moving on to new adventures, the lessons you've learned will stay with you forever. So, Sarah, Jaliane, Axel, Gabriella, Charlie, Alice, Paulina, Andrea, Keisha, Emma, Jackie, David, Eman, Grady, Victor, Vincent, Louis, and Saya, Arnold, and Pato. Thank you all for a great season. And for the awards, although the whole team worked hard this season, tonight we will be honoring 7 individuals who have stood out with their performance, attitude, and dedication to the sport. I'll begin by handing out the Senior S's and the Sportsmanship Award. The Sportsmanship Award goes to an athlete who exemplifies outstanding sportsmanship, character, and ethical conduct in the true spirit of competition in collegiate tennis. He has always come to practice with a smile, and it was a pleasure coaching him this season. I hope to have him back next year. The Sportsmanship Award goes to Grady Hanna. I have 3 Senior S's to give out tonight. Our first Senior S goes to one of our veteran players. Alice's unique swing and technique have seen her through an excellent sports season, which ended with a gold medal in mixed doubles. She may not be great at applying sunscreen, but she is very fun to coach. A round of applause for Alice Machida. My next 2 Senior S's go to 2 students new to the team this year, from grade 8 and grade 9. They came out of nowhere and dominated the courts all season. They say the only reason to play doubles is to have someone to blame for your mistakes. Fortunately, those were few and far between for these 2 players. Together, they took gold during the ETIAC finals. Senior S's go to Louis Sullivan and Saya Oikawa. Please come get your awards. I'll be presenting 3 major S's tonight. When a new player tries out for a team, it can be difficult to gauge someone's ability in just a few hours. This was not the case for Jaliane. An athlete through and through, I could tell right away she would be an asset for the team. She put everything she had into every match, sometimes going a little too hard in my opinion. But you can imagine how happy I was to hear she'll be coming back next year. She won silver in the finals last year and would have gone far in the competition for the Shield if she had not been injured. Please stand up and help me congratulate Jolienne Tremblay for winning a Major S. I was thrilled when I saw Sarah at the first practice of the season. It was a comfort knowing I had an experienced and enthusiastic player to help guide the team through the season. She gave her best during every practice and every game. She has to get over being upset when she beats somebody else. But other than that, an awesome player. She took gold during the finals and won the tennis shield. A Major S and the girls' tennis shield is awarded to Sarah Sevchikova. So this next award's special to me. The winner started on the tennis team the same year that I did, back in 2019. His game has consistently improved since then, and I even saw him run a couple of times this year. He is known to be one of the most frustrating players to face, but one of my favorite players to coach. I'll miss having him on the team next year. The winner of this year's Boys Tennis Shield and a Major S, please help me congratulate Jackie Zhu.
Next program to speak not only can give Major S awards, but also the MVP trophy. So just like the Major S award, if someone's awarded the MVP trophy, we will stand and give them an ovation. But before I bring up Miss Weir to speak, I want to tell everybody there's been a bit of a change. You'll remember last year the MVP trophy was donated to the school and named after Mr. Van Dyke. In speaking to Mr. Van Dyke, we both agree that the person who's ultimately responsible for putting competitive badminton on the map is our old head of school, Mr. Wolf. So after contacting him to let him know our plan, Mr. Wolf was honored that we thought of him. He thanked us for the opportunity to stay connected in a small way with the program. So moving forward, the all-around excellence in sportsmanship badminton will be named the Michael Wolf Trophy. So with that, for badminton, I call up Miss Weir.
I coached the 2024 badminton team. We did not win the ETAC banner. It's not because we didn't have amazing players like Carrie, who worked hard to make it to the podium and achieved her goal in the final week of tournaments, Katie, who stayed late and came in on weekends to improve her skills, or Raymond, who challenged himself every practice by playing against senior teammates. A team of 24 is just not enough players to get enough points to win the banner. Boys and girls can play bantam, junior, and senior, singles and doubles events. Stansted can enter up to 3 contenders in each category. By my math, we could have a team of 54 athletes and sweep every event. And that's where you come in. Join us next year to help Stansted become the 2025 ETAC champs. So what if it means we'll have to build a state-of-the-art badminton training facility on the front lawn of campus? That's just a minor detail. Think of all the badminton you'll get to play. Each Wednesday for 4 weeks, you will travel to Galt for the ETAC tournament. For 3.5 hours across 14 courts, more than 300 games are played between teammates and opponents from 5 different schools. Think of all the badminton you'll get to watch. You will experience the chaotic atmosphere of a gigantic gym filled with student athletes that ref their own games. This works most of the time, except for the doubles team from Massey Vanier that would add points to their own score and subtract points from Stansted's score. You will get to see your teammates in action as they finally defeat that one guy from that one team that seems to always win. You will experience disappointing losses, the pride of beating a tough opponent, and resolve to come back next week and do better. Like Braden L. and Bridget, you will learn a new sport. You'll enjoy it so much that you will want to stay after practice to work on getting your drop shot just right or rally with your friend Will. Matthew will help you with your serve. Mike will give you a new wrap for the handle of your racket. Ren will happily show you his tough-to-return smashes. You'll make new friends. You won't, however, get to play 2 versus 1 and still lose against Summer, Allen, or Lamb. Maybe you won't be as forgiving as Anais when your lefty doubles partner Kayla bonks you on the head with her racket. Tony and Braden C. won't be around for courtside encouragement. Bridget and Sophia won't be the most competitive doubles team in your bracket. Next year will look a lot different from this year, especially if we get 30 more players on the roster. In the meantime, our small but mighty team will celebrate all that we've achieved. We came home with 11 medals and had a ton of fun. We don't need a banner to prove that our team is amazing. Congratulations to the 2024 badminton team. I'm so proud of you. Okay, I have 5 awards-winning players. Please hold your applause. I'm going to read them out. The Sportsmanship Award recipient this year shows up to every practice with a great attitude. He is patient and helpful with his Bantamon junior teammates and a challenging opponent for his senior teammates. Tony Ju is always down to play another game. He takes responsibility for the team and is a mentor to other players. Tony leads by example and is an excellent representative for Stansted College athletics. The 2 Junior S recipients look up to and learn from each other. They study their opponents and strategize for success. Roger Marcoux plays with quiet determination. Mike's son is a bit more dramatic. Together, they are a force. They work together to win a bronze medal and a gold medal in junior boys doubles. I can't wait to see what they achieve next year. The first Senior S Award winner joined a competitive sport for the first time in her Stansted career. Sofia Kaczynska gave her all to medal 3 times in the senior girls doubles event. She worked hard every week at practice and improved significantly throughout the season. She is a fierce competitor and achieved her goal of winning gold in the final tournament with her doubles partner. The next award winner is a grade 12 student athlete who earned a silver and a gold in the senior boys doubles event. He can return almost any shot and has real intuition when playing. I lost to Lamb by only 10 points is an achievement for any junior player. I beat Lamb is a rare but momentous occasion for any senior player. For his badminton skills and love of the game, a Senior S for Lamb Wang. Come get your awards.
This is Tony's.
With the certificate?
Yep.
Which was junior?
Red.
Got it. This grade 12 student athlete competed in the toughest bracket of the ETAC tournament, senior boys singles. After a rough season last year, this player made it his mission to improve in his final year of high school badminton. And improve he did. He came back to beat some of his strongest rivals. Braden plays with heart. During tournaments, he cheers on his teammates and discusses the game with his opponents. He's a role model for his peers and a challenging competitor. For his dedication, determination, and love of badminton, Braden Chastanet is this year's recipient of a Major S and the Michael Wolf Trophy for all-around excellence and sportsmanship in badminton. Congratulations.
Next to speak for girls lacrosse, my daughter Quinn's best friend, Mrs. Wilkinson.
Good evening. I'm subbing in for Shannon tonight as she was called away, but she sent me a note to read at tonight's assembly. A poem that was written by Shannon and Randy Garrett, as known as Batman, Shannon's dad, co-coach, and amazing guy. These words paint a picture of an exciting lacrosse season. So, here we go, our poem. Girls Lacrosse 2024. 23 lacrosse girls, 2 coaches, 2 babies, and a cheerleader. Never an easy day. Be all in and don't be a quitter. Shannon is a mom, wife, daughter, and a coach and a friend. After gallbladder surgery, she was resilient and on the mend. Batman is husband, father, bat dad, coach, and devoted. He is passionate about lacrosse, in case you haven't noted. Barb, that's me, is a teacher who cared for River and Quinn. Every day she brought love and laughter and did it with a grin. Be the player and the athlete you would like to coach someday. Stay humble and hungry. Work together and pray. Only the mailman walks, and hungry dogs run faster. Lack success equals stick skills and dodges you must master. The meaning of life is to find your passion and gift. Give a big hug to a teammate when they need it, and lift. Everyone got a shell with their name and their lac stick and a story, sharing family, from, fun, food, and future, laughter and glory. After only 5 days of practice versus Tilton, New Hampshire, we competed, singing "You Are My Sunshine" on the bus, even after defeated. An eclipse, northern lights, breakdowns, and a little tough love, believing in each other and your coaches will help from above. Face dodge, see, these are the terms I don't know very well. Face dodge, roll dodge, split dodge, and mastering the flip. Those are technical. Victory in Maine and seeing the Moose was quite a bus trip. A win over Vermont Academy, a dual victory with the boys. The celebration is loud, but somehow River makes more noise. Stansted is great because Spartans lead with their heart. Play hard, play together, respect the game, and play smart. We showed up at St. Johnsbury with 16 players and some fans. The success and improvement of this team took a lot of hands. The girls were not happy when asked to run the quarter mile. Ultimate Frisbee and Alaskan baseball, however, brought a smile. Yellow versus orange, World War I, World War II over and under, and crisp curls. Thank you, Mr. Spirk, and maintenance, and the Wellness Center, and 23 awesome girls. Hang on to your youth and have a safe and fun summer. Saying goodbye and good luck to our seniors is a real bummer. P.S. Recruit for a goalie for the 2025 season. Breakdown. Love Shannon and Batman. There you go. So now the awards. We have a few senior S's. We did a team activity where we asked the team to weigh in on the award, who the award should go to. It made senior S decisions really easy for us. These kids won hands down. They have the hearts of lions. They are insanely unselfish, great warrior teammates, true lacrosse players, and even better human beings. Congrats go to Maddie Lippman, Laurie Aubin, and Jamie Arsenault for senior S's. And now for the Sportsmanship Awards, we did another team activity where we asked random questions. The team had to respond accordingly. One of the questions was, who is the most team-first player? And the response was instant. It was Jamie Arsenault. Shannon cold emailed her next coach at UNB, basically telling her that this kid is going to be one of the greatest things to ever happen to her team, and she fully expects to get an email back in 4 years saying, yeah, you were right. So, sportsmanship in Senior S goes to Maddie Lipman, Laurie Aubin, Jamie Arsenault. Thanks, girls. Okay, we'll do this quickly, folks. We have 4 Major S winners. Okay. This player is a ballerina on the field, just stunning to watch. She plays with love and respect for the game, and in return, it gives her the freedom to always be one of the best players on the field, no matter which team we face. I have a feeling I'll be making trips to see Zoe play both lacrosse and hockey in university someday. Please join me in honoring Zoe Charlon for a Major S. The word no doesn't exist in Rosalie's mind, vocabulary, or heart. The competitive blood flows beyond strong. I haven't met anybody that can truly stop her, nor do I think I ever will. If the team can't slow her down or control her in the slightest, our team is the winning game. Not even a question. Major S goes to Rosalie Tremblay. I have a song about this girl, but we won't sing it right now. True story, after the last 4 games of the season, every coach from the other team would approach me saying the exact same thing. Holy cow, number 12. That's the most athletic kid I've ever seen in my life. Penelope, you're a force of nature, and our money is always on you in the rink, on the field, or during any arm wrestling competition. That story. Okay, Major S for Penelope Soup Lavoie. If as a coach I won the lottery, you'd never see any changes in my lifestyle or other outward sign, but Meili would be simply the only one on the team forever. Introducing first captain of Stansted Lacrosse ever, Meili Pion, and Major S winner. One quick final award, MVP trophy for Zoe Charlon.
Next to speak from Senior Girls Rugby, Miss Hessian.
All right, well. First, I'd like to say a big thank you to Mr. Spirk for everything that you've done for us. We appreciate it. To everyone in the Health Center for keeping us together, and for the Gravall. To Johnny, who does the lines, for taking such great care and pride in his work. To all the rugby coaches for your conversations. And to Kayla, who is a professional colleague, a caring friend, and most importantly for these girls, a motivating coach. We're very lucky to have you. We want to say congratulations to all the teams that competed for Stansted this spring on your exceptional performances, but most especially to the senior boys rugby team on your undefeated season, as you were the team we saw the most. Congratulations. All right, deep breath in, one. That one was for me. Just to let you know that you can get through anything, no matter even if it's hard or scary, like giving a speech in public in front of a lot of people. I'll try to get my first hit in early. This season was not about the why. Everybody has their own why. But this season was about the how. The things that you do and say every day to make a winning team. And in the last 11 weeks, you showed us the how. How a grade 9 gives a grade 12 a boost, how to pick someone up off the ground, how to blow the doors off your comfort zone, how to keep your hands up in the catch, how to tackle with your feet and blow through the contact with your shoulders, how to kick and chase, how to bring in an injured teammate, how to commit to getting better, faster, and more skilled, how to laugh when it's funny, how to take a deep breath when you need it. But most importantly, how to look around the circle and see these beautiful strangers and know for sure that they are your people. So this year's speech is entitled 8 Pieces of Advice for Rugby as a Metaphor for Life. And they're your words, but the advice is for everybody. When you want something, be tenacious and go after it with courage. No matter how difficult the road, the rain, the snow, the wind, the sun, or the injuries, stay optimistic because there's always a way through. Be generous with your energy. It brings everyone closer to you and helps everyone grow together. Keep your eyes open for the everyday excitement. The best moments are not usually in the performance, but in the preparation. If you only remember one of these pieces of advice, remember how tough you are and have the courage to take those first 3 big steps. You're never too good or too bad to stop and make the time to help those around you. It makes everyone better, especially you. And bring the enthusiasm. It gets you through the rough times and makes the good times better. Finally, lead with respect, keeping in mind that a reliable teammate or dependable friend can always be counted on to have your back. Finally, put your hands in your heart, put your heart in your hands and your feet, and go to work, because we all stand poised on the brink of greatness. Thank you for everything that you've given to us. The first award that we'd like to present, or that I would like to announce today, is the Good Sport Award. This award goes today for courage, for kindness, for enthusiasm, for the willingness to do the work, no matter what you would get back from it. And this player embodies the spirit of the game for the sake of the game, and that is Miley LaForge. The first Senior S goes to a player who embodies consistency, stability, and dependability, a strong scrummager, a forceful runner, and a reliable teammate. That's Melissa Kakayuk. And the second Senior S goes to a player who embodies energy, positivity, the willingness to go anywhere and do anything, whatever's best for the team. Her physical play and deceptive speed led to many thrilling tries this season. If you watched us play, I'm sure you saw Jana Loperic score many exciting tries. Please come up, three of you. Get your first hit in early, even if it's late. Nobody ever embraced this more than this player. A powerful and forceful runner with or without the ball. She continued to work on her skills and to see the big picture of the team and of the game this year. She is fierce, she is competitive, she is dynamic, and she is a compassionate leader. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and join me in honoring Cameron Moore with a major S. Tackles, tackles, tackles. The ball, the ball, the ball. Every play of the game runs through this player. She delivers, she directs, sometimes even looks like she dances across the pitch. She's a triple threat who can kick, who can pass, and who can run. After 6 years of Stansted College rugby, she owns it and she embodies it. She can be stubborn, she's also passionate, very hardworking, and she leads by example. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and join me in honoring Gloria Riddle with a major S. And the final award, you can have mac without the cheese, but it's better if they go together. So the co-award winners of the Roger Marino Trophy for Excellence in Sportsmanship in Rugby goes to Cameron Moore and Gloria Riddle.
Next to speak for senior boys rugby, moi. I also want to start out by thanking the Wellness Center. We had a ton of guys that were banged up this year, and you did a phenomenal job getting them back on the field. And as Ms. Hessian said to Johnny from the maintenance team, I don't know if you know Johnny, but this guy is a diehard. He's obsessed with getting the lines perfect, and he cares a lot about the field. So thanks, Johnny. I want to start out with a huge thank you to my co-coaches, Mr. Marino and Mr. Adrian Myers. These two gentlemen played a crucial role in the forwards and backs preparation. As well, they were integral in creating a positive and fun learning environment for the players. So grateful to both of them for making this a very special season. Mr. Marino continues to teach us all about what rugby can do for your life, and Adrian shared his knowledge of plays and running lines. Oh, and that human hygiene starts with a good washcloth. Thanks, Adrian. No, but seriously, it was a blast sitting with you and watching these kids play. I'll start out by saying, this is by far the most talented team I ever coached at the high school level. I did coach at the university level, but we went 0-37, and we're just gonna push that right over there. But the issue with this level of eliteness is it can lead to headaches like jealousy amongst teammates, who's the best, complaints about fair time, playing time, older players alienating or bossing around the less experienced players, and cliques forming that can really damage the team morale. But what's incredible about this group is not one of those things ever peeked through. These guys were friends and came to the field every day to, above all, have fun together. They cheered loud for everyone who scored, and they cheered even louder when it was someone scoring for the first time. Winning was a result of 23 teammates all moving in the same direction for the weekend in New Brunswick. Everyone played and contributed, which was so good for team morale and confidence. The rest of the season saw much of the same. It was incredible to watch this group gel and play for one another. It's the first time in my career that I can honestly say I felt like a fan more than a coach. They were good. They were really good. But they weren't just good. They were great. And when I say great, I don't mean because of the results. They were great because they did it the right way. They were inclusive, they were present, and they had fun coming to the field. They're nice people, and they're nice opponents to play against. I don't know this for a fact, but they must have come to the field knowing they had a pretty good chance of winning every game. Yet they never arrived underprepared or cocky. Most impressive thing about these guys is after each victory, they took the time to get to know the other teams when we traveled off campus. I love that about this group. That's rugby in a nutshell. Smash each other for an hour plus, and then shake hands and talk about the game. I'll say it now, because it'd be awkward not to mention it. This team went undefeated. 19-0 in sevens, and 7-0-1 in 15s. In 8 weeks of play, they managed a record of 26-0-1. Incredible results with even more incredible kids. The perfect season. In our last meeting of the year, the seniors spoke. It was clear they were sad to leave this special group, and even more so, all of us sticking around were sad that they were leaving. So to all of you ending your time here, thank you. Thank you for all you gave to the program, and you know you always have a family here. Once a Spartan, always a Spartan. Thank you. The first Senior S award goes to a new player who came in with a ton of athletic ability. He had a wow moment in New Brunswick when you could see he figured this game out. He went on to have an incredible season, creating offense and making remarkable tackles. Not only is he skilled, he's an incredible teammate and a friend to all. One time, one of our players was trying to get back from concussion. What did he do? Hey man, let's go outside, tackle me so you can get back in the game. We can't wait to see what he will do next year. First Senior S, and the Sportsmanship Award goes to Gabriel DeSantis. Second Senior S goes to a player who continues to shine on the field and who really worked on being more vocal presence in games. He's tall, he's fast, and he's very skilled in attack. We can't wait to have him back for his final year. Second Senior S goes to Bo Bailey. Third Senior S goes to the youngest player on the team. Although small in stature, he has one of the best rugby IQs out there. He was tasked with the hardest role, managing movement of the ball. He made big tackles when needed and always made sure we kept possession when the ball was in his hands. An amazing prospect. The third Senior S goes to Noah Grenier. Final Senior S goes to a player who really improved his game this year. He went from playing a spastic style of rugby to becoming one of the best defensive players on the team. Making open field tackles is one of the hardest skills in this game, and he does it with ease. He played wherever he was told and did it with a smile. We will miss his passion and dedication to the team. Last Senior S goes to our Kyoto 15, Keita Masuda. Come up and get your awards. First Major S goes to a player who isn't new to the school, but kind of came out of nowhere when he returned from a stint at LaRouche. He runs with incredible power, bounces bodies off him as he flies down the wing. He improved his defensive game tremendously and became a very good two-way player. He's our leading scorer and someone no one ever wants to tackle. First Major S goes to Mason Baez. Second Major S goes to another physically dominant player. This young man has worked on his game for 2 years now and has truly peaked in his performance. He's impossible to take down one-on-one and is an excellent rucker. He's strong in scrums and has scored some epic tries this year as a big man. Can't wait to see what he'll bring to the table in his final year. Major S to Noah Papillon. These final two awards go to our team captains. These two guys have been with the program for 4 years, and what a 4 years it's been. They've led the attack and defense for the last 3 years and really made the team their own. It's hard to think about Stansted Rugby without them by my side. They've bled red and white and put us on the map all over Quebec, the US, and beyond. Shun is the smoothest passer I've ever seen and possesses lightning speed and deceptive moves. Chaz is the most ruthless tackler and ball poacher and sets up plays with his insane rugby IQ. They've taught the younger players what the standard is and how to lead the right way. Hopefully what they'll be most proud of is this. They walk away.
Ross Trophy for excellence in sportsmanship in senior boys rugby. Congrats. Our final program of the night, also undefeated, boys lacrosse, Mr. Winquist.
All right, a couple of thank yous to start. Thank you to Mr. Spirk, our athletic director, and Shannon, Garrett, and Barb Wilkinson for working so hard to grow lacrosse here at Stansted. To Miss Wolf for handling all RSEQ issues, John Mishak for game film and statistics, Tyler Bada for scorekeeping. Thank you to my assistant coach, Mr. Wong. He allowed me to coach and to think strategy while he handled equipment issues, logistics, while also giving me sound advice. Thank you. A massive thank you to our other assistants coaches that you might not know, Anthony and Zach Sloan. Mr. Spirk and I hired them, and no, they don't get paid to do this. They drive up and dedicate their time because they love lacrosse. Anthony helped with the defense, and Sloaner helped with the offense. Your help was essential to our success, so a big thank you. All right, now on to the season. I remember at the beginning of the year, I didn't know what to expect. Would we be good, average, or great? I really had no idea. However, that lasted about 10 seconds during a game versus the Cougars, a CJEP team. A Thursday night, 7 p.m., prime time, under the lights at Bishop's University, which is a special place for me because it's where I went to school. But as I said, within 10 seconds, I saw the character, the heart, the drive, the skill, and the toughness that these guys had. After we won that game 8-5, we all knew heading back to the locker room that we could do something special this season. Our next mission was conquering the United States. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. Those games were all on the road. Long bus drives, away from home, and against some really good and well-coached teams. We beat Ebron Academy 12-4, Kents Hill 7-3, and Vermont Academy 8-4. This was a huge and massive step for our program, and I do think we surprised a lot of people south of the border. Then in our own RSEQ league, we played some important teams, such as crosstown rival BCS, Quebec lacrosse powerhouse Brebeuf, to set up the playoffs with rematches against BCS, and in the semis, Brebeuf. The final was at the exact same place as last year in Kanawaki. And after a fiery speech by Coach, the guys came out ready in the finals, on a mission. They came out gunning. It was men amongst boys. We scored on the first possession and built a significant lead and never looked back. On May 30th, we became champions, and 9 players won back-to-back championships. We finished the season unbeaten with a 12-0 record, 122 goals for, and only 45 goals against. Incredible stuff. I'm so proud of each and every guy who came out of their comfort zone. The Camilles, Charles-Éric, Max Cogler, Ollie Plante, Jasmin, Andrew Doms, Vincent Leclerc. Without you, the program cannot continue or function. Thank you to our rookies with lacrosse experience who joined the team and gave us a hand. Corey, Ryder, Malcolm, and the young fan favorite Ben First. And finally to the vets who led the way and who have built a culture of success and teamwork. Yuho, Raf, Max, Justin, my advisee Nico, Jackson, PK, and our brave goalies Jeremy and Chris. We threw our sticks in the middle at the beginning of the year with one goal in mind, to win the championship. We succeeded. We have medals across our neck. We signed the banner. And whatever happens with the program, with many of our core players leaving, the 2024 lacrosse team will go down in history. Now on to individual awards. How do you name an MVP or choose a few Major S winners when you have an unbeaten team? Every single guy on this team deserves recognition. However, there is a group of 6 players who could have all been named MVP. You guys were a class above, not only for your skill, but your class and positivity. Let's start with Senior S. This kid might just be our best player, and he's the only returning player. winning an award. The drive and determination to score is unmatched. He is a hustler mixed with talent, which is a dangerous combination, finishing the year with 23 goals and 9 assists despite missing a few games. I'm excited for him to take over leadership duties next year and become a mentor to the next generation of players. Senior S to Malcolm Nicholson. This player took a massive step and was a big reason as to why this team did better than expected. This player put in the work. He was always the last player to leave the field to work on his shot, and his shot became an absolute weapon. He scored on some of the nicest shots we have ever seen, and he scored 18 goals. I'm really disappointed he won't be joining Malcolm as our primary leader next year, but I thank you for all that you've done for the program. You will do great in your next lacrosse chapter. Senior S to Justin Dupree. All right, now on to sportsmanship. I like to consider this also a most improved award. This is to a player who was always positive, a guy who put his body on the line and played through injuries. He found an important role, and it helped us become the dominant team. For his awesome attitude and growth as a lacrosse player, sportsmanship to Jasmine Conley. Please come up. All right, this guy, our first major S, this guy did absolutely everything. Whether it was goals, assists, ground balls, shutdown defense, he did it all. The power of his shot improved as well as decision making. He is the best midfield in the entire league, no question. He finished with 21 goals, 7 assists, which is incredible for a midfielder. Dependable, hardworking, talented. Raf, you are a Lacrosse Major S winner. Congrats. This player put his body on the line. Oh. This player put his body on the line each and every game. He finished as our top overall scorer with 26 goals and 7 assists. I could count on him no matter what. He really stepped it up this year with his partner in crime, Malcolm. He is the shiftiest attackman you will ever see. When you think you got him, he's already passed you. Thank you for your contributions over 3 years. The improvement every year was amazing. Major S in lacrosse to Jackson Pierce. Sorry, this is a special team, and this is a special one. This will be the first time in program history where someone will win a Major S with absolutely no lacrosse background before coming here. The growth and natural ability this player demonstrated over the last 3 years is unmatched. He is a natural at his position. He was the perfect transition player to make our defense go into attack smoothly. His tenacity, his footwork, his decision-making, and most importantly this year, his attitude were all excellent. He may go on to play Team Finland at the Olympics one day, so I really do hope you keep playing. Major S winner, Juho Virtanen. All right, the last award of the night. It is rare that defense gets the love. In sports, we often focus on the goal scorers or the point getters, but without defense, we don't win, and the offense can't do their job. As I said previously, all 6 of you were considered for MVP, but this player was likely our most important. If Jackson goes down, at least Matt can step up. Raf, Justin can, and Juho PK as well. But I don't think anyone could replace what Max brought to this team. His size and skill were unique. I was never worried because we had this guy. He would shut down the team's best player, and he would do it with class, and he barely took any penalties all year. He also elevated the play of his rookie partners, Charles and Vince, to form an impressive defensive unit. Defense wins championships, and defense can win MVP. Max Lapointe, congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Winquist. Now that concludes our Spring Athletic Assembly. Thank you all so much for your attention and comportment. Just before we go, all award winners, please stay behind. That's Bantam S, Junior S, Senior S, Sportsmanship, Major S, Shield winners, and MVP trophy winners. It's now time to head back to the residence for Quiet House. Thank you. Have a good night.